Hello, Speed Gaming. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to one and all, as we are live with today's A Link to the Past Randomizer Daily Race. It's a traditional 7-7 open defeat Ganon seed. I'm Leslie Pro, and today I'm joined by Hugo. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
As we're looking over the custom sprites, we have, I don't recognize Link Forces, but I can tell you that Amareth's is from Steven Universe.
Yeah, Link Force is the Totem Link sprite. I just love that sprite. And I'm over screen blacked out for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, we're back.
Yeah, it's good. Said in IRC the screen broke for a sec, but it's good now.
So about the custom sprites, you pay attention to that stack of links if you find any mails. Because it just changed the order.
Yeah, I was reading in IRC where Link Force confirmed that is Totem Link. Triforce Heroes. That's not a game I've played, admittedly.
I've played a bit of it. It's an interesting concept.
Yeah, concept sure as heck does look interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't have the canons, A Link Between Worlds. That's one unfortunate fact.
Now, for those not familiar, A Link Between Worlds is a sequel in the Zelda universe that actually takes place in the same world as A Link to the Past. So, in a way, it's more or less a direct sequel, in a sense.
It takes like past a couple hundred years. Legends stay the same. You got the same cast of stooges, and things go off. I think that's how most of the Legend of Zelda series goes.
Yeah, that does sound about right, with a couple of games that are directly following one another. And no, hey, look, we're just about to get underway.
So, before we actually start, let's take a quick guess. How long before we get Dark World access?
Ideally, we want to see that as quick as possible. And yet, I've seen it take as long as, in my experience, 40 minutes. We're not going to go that long today. I'm going to say 18.
I'm hoping for 10 minutes, like as soon as they huffle over to Kakariko, they find it.
We do have a map check that shows us our green pendant today is on the Tower of Hera with crystals at Eastern and Desert. We might need boots. But we won't need to farm bombs. That is a very nice tree pull.
4 drops of 8 bombs, yeah, they're not running out anytime soon.
And that is a bow on the Uncle. Uncle choosing the Archer class for us today, but we don't have any arrows. So, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I mean, our runners know or they can get some right there.
They can make it all the way to escape.
And that looks like what they're going for.
Like a full stack of bombs plus 10 arrows, they can deal with everything in their way. The chat is already hoping for the worst case scenario. Like,
This
people
is
love their
open
cereal.
mode, really, but if you have the option to go into the front of escape, some runners will do just that while they're here just to get it out of the way. I mean, they're right here, so why? Now, if this were Twilight Princess, you would be putting those bombs right back into the chest because you wouldn't have any room for them. Not such the case.
Yeah, those minor quality of life stuff to not waste anything, it's not here.
Next check, a heart container. We don't know if that's Sank Heart, hopefully not. But that is one of the 10 heart containers that's in, no, 11 that's in the item pool, one of them being Sank.
Yeah, Sync Heart is meant to let you, like, ready to go for Kakariko. So it fully heals you up. No other heart in the game does that because they're followed by the boss drop. Oh dear, that's a glove.
That's a power glove.
So they're just gonna go to the sanctuary and use the back door.
That was a very good play to go into the front of escape.
So there's a good chance Dark Cross may be empty.
There is. We didn't see map. We didn't see small key. We did see Canis Samaria, and yep, Dark Cross is empty as it has just the small key. I stopped myself to prevent commentator's curse, and thankfully saved it.
That's amazing. Like, you start talking and then, oh yeah. Well, either way, one of the two had to be there.
Yeah, that was a very stacked escape. So that was a play that worked out extremely well for both runners. As now I believe we are going to, at least from Link Force, get a look at Aga. Amaranth's just going straight into the Lost Woods.
Oh,
And our
tier
next
2
level
is
tree pull loads us up on magic.
oh dear, Vanilla Bush Crab.
Yeah, that's not getting sought out for anything, while our Aga 1 is just a big 20. So, Lost Woods having nothing spectacular this time around.
Yeah, depending on the layout of things, we might be screwed if farming rupees becomes required.
Well, with all the bombs we have, thankfully we won't have to buy any, and that'll help our featured runners.
Don't you love seeing
Silver arrows
Oh, God.
already within 6 minutes? What? This is
Well,
okay. Okay, game. What's the catch?
So my prediction was Dark Mode Access at 10 minutes. At this rate, we're gonna get Go Mode at 10 minutes.
Oh God! If that's the case, then version 18's calling and wanting its seed back. That's going to speed things up considerably, as that's a fluke. Be able to activate that right now in Kakariko, which is looking like a Stackariko at this point. And a hammer, just a Moon Pearl now. For Dark World access, that's a lamp. Wow, this is a Stackariko.
With their saluting chat, here comes the deck.
About the best emote I have for that at present, because unfortunately my gift sub for honk ran out, so I'll just verbalize it. Honk.
Meanwhile, nobody saw Link Force with a bomb throw.
And Amarith with clipping the bird into the wall. Well, that bottle means now Sick Kid becomes available to chat.
Yeah, we're... Oh my god, what else can be here?
It's version 31, basically anything.
I haven't seen something this stacked so for a long time.
Death Mountain's looking pretty good right now with that hook shot. Maybe that's hinting at a green pendant play.
I'm assuming they'd go for Eastern, like, pretty soon. It's a blazing fast dungeon with silvers.
That would be... Well, that would be a good play. My train of thought is go deal with Hera because that's green pendant, and then you can get the green pendant turning when you go to Eastern, as Link Force sees what's going on with the Light World map. Amarith not interested in those bombs, and off to Eastern. Not even South Shore. We'll see how this plays out. Oh, this ain't even going to check Sahasrara. This is going straight in to deal with Eastern.
Yeah, we might not see that green pendant on Amarith's screen but today.
Yeah, it's early. I mean, we're not even 10 minutes in. Link Force is continuing to South Shore. We'll see how this all plays out. Because it's really too early to tell what's going to be the best routing choice. Because it's randomizer, which does involve quite a bit of hindsight, and hindsight is 2020 after all. Ooh. Draining the dam for the Ether Medallion. There is currently a non-zero chance we'll need that, and some areas where, yes, it can come in handy combat-wise.
So, Amarith took a little while longer to actually drop down that ledge, and got hit with one of the large iron balls.
Yeah, I noticed that too. He had a bit of trouble getting down the ledge, and as a result, the timing for the cannonball run was thrown off. Thus, he got hit by the big one. Blue mail is always nice for Link Force. That's really the only real highlight that was picked up out of Mini Moldorm Cave, so Amarith didn't miss anything in terms of progression by skipping out on that. Only thing he really skipped out on was the Ether Medallion.
There's ice caves too.
Yeah, we shall see. Piece of heart filled a container for Amarith, and Amarith's going straight for the boss. As it was literally... Well, I'll put it this way. It's what you want to see when you're playing this rando. A quick front where you get the big key and 3 items. You don't even have to go to the dark room.
Amerith also shown us what the stunt prize is, and it's a vanilla green rupee.
Not something our runners are probably going to be going after. Now, other stun prizes will draw that, such as the 20 rupee, bombs, arrows, magic, fairies. That one, no. If anything, the prize for freezing an enemy and breaking them with a hammer might be more valuable than that, but we rarely see that.
I don't remember if a lot of people remember that thing.
And with that, Eastern Palace is clear.
12 minutes, 50 seconds, first blood. This looks really fast.
Meanwhile, on Death Mountain, we have a shovel on Spectacle Rock. Hopefully we won't need that. The best boomerang inside the cave. Might not be worth the effort to get that, admittedly.
Yeah, it doesn't know what the stunt prize is, but it doesn't entice.
Only thing Sahasrara had was the first shield, as well as a lot of money.
Well, I guess his past job as an armorer really paid off.
Okay, we got Paradox Cave, which has the Titan's Mitts and the Fire Rod. That was definitely the play to make. Magic Cave, which actually gives us logical access to Aghanim, which we probably don't want. Well, we don't want to have to do, but sometimes it's unavoidable.
Yeah, there's actually, well, we haven't seen the mirror yet. There's one alternative that showed me once, where it wasn't Aga required for dark mode access, but rather checkerboard cave. Because the logic assumes that you are perfectly capable of dodging the murder deck using Misery as a bunny.
It's not easy to do, I can tell you that much. On another note, we found where the Quake Medallion is. It is on the island in the sky. And Lake Force is making the play into Hera. This is a 2-item dungeon. Green Pendant gives it a 3rd, so there's a non-zero chance Sahasrara is holding out on something on Amarith's side. On the plus side for Link Force, the dungeon's at least not fire-locked for the big key. It could be for the 2nd item. That remains to be seen. Yeah, fire sources came easy in this seed.
Come on, let's see the bomb jump. Oh, he's gonna.
Yeah,
Okay, that was a.
maybe that was a small key. Maybe not comfortable with the bomb jump because that is a very tough bomb jump to hit because it's only a 2-pixel window. And that one is one you really, well, at least I don't use it because I'm not confident in it. That's one where you gotta be confident in it if you're gonna go for.
I find it to be.
Bit late on this one, but old man had a fairy in a bottle.
Yeah, I find the bomb jumping here to be one of the easier ones. Compared to the double pixel alignment that you have to do for a nice bomb jump.
Well, I consider that one worth going for because of how much time you save. Anyway, Link Force taking on Moldorm, busting out the hammer, which is faster than the fighter sword because it's only 3 strikes of the tail, and Moldorm is out.
Just have to be careful to not take a hit, because without your sword to get to the head first, you can get thrown pretty far.
Yeah, Link Force got knocked around a bit by Moldorm, but survived. And Moldorm holding the dungeon's second item means we don't have to go to the basement. Now the question is, what will that green pendant bring? Because that could be our Dark World access. Amarith Bomb jumping over the gap as Link Force is now going for Spiral Cave, which, unfortunately, without boots is a bit slow, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Amarith sees the Quake Medallion.
So I just remembered something. Are we gonna see a Super Bunny Cave?
Not from Link Force, at least.
Because they have the perfect setup to actually do that thing. I don't know if the cave is in logic.
Super Bunny Cave, it would be out of logic, but you could still get some value out of it. Meanwhile, this could be a big moment for Link Force right here as he approaches Eastern, coming up on the 20-minute mark. Amarith was already here, however, did not have the green pendant. Amarith's going for Harapot. And green pendant is 20 rupees, so unless Moon Pearl happens to be at a place we can get to, which there's only 2 places left. King Zora, Agena. Those are the only 2 places left. Otherwise, you're climbing Aga. That's where we're at here, folks.
Yeah, so we both missed our predictions for Dark World access.
Don't get me wrong, it was a good read to go for green pendant here, and Link Force went for that read. However, in this instance, it just didn't work out. Now, the way the logic works for Aga 1 is that you don't necessarily have to have the Master Sword to get up there. When you have the Magic Cape and a sword, you can use the cape to get past the electricity barrier, and the sword is used simply for cutting down the curtain at the top of Castle Tower. Now, if this were swordless, that curtain would already be cut, and you would be using the hammer to basically serve as the sword or the net in deflecting the shots.
Yeah, this is one of the first Zelda game. It's actually the first to introduce the use of a non-weapon in a combat situation. Ocarina of Time later gave you the option to actually fight Ganondorf using a bottle.
That was also a thing in the Phantom Ganon fight as well. Same game, I might add.
Okay. Amarith hammered the tail through the head.
Hitboxes are weird sometimes. Oh yeah, the hitboxes in the 80s and 90s did some, dare I say, interesting things.
Yeah, there's a thing like, with Argus, you should never dodge up. Because he will hit you when he's going off screen.
Yeah, they say that about Pulse Voice in the original Legend of Zelda, where if you have to fight him without a bow, which we do have to do in Randomizer sometimes, I will admit, you fight him from the sides or below. Never up, because it could jump up and bop you.
And Amarith remembering that Super Bunny Cave is a thing.
Chat brings up a point as we see where the 5-6 crystals are. They are at Pod and Mire with pendants at Swamp Palace and Skull Woods.
But that's pretty nice. The bunny sprite is the two characters separated. And gonna have to do the cave the vanilla way.
And Desert Ledge is merely a green rupee. Link Force is going the way of Agina. Wow! That break is going to pay massive dividends for Amarith, as that's the boots.
Oh yay. And it's Saga.
Unless it's King Zora, the lift upgrade does give us access to it, as Amarith does go fishing for information to see what's needed for Turtle Rock, and today, Turtle Rock needs the Ether Medallion.
That's a pretty nice find. Also, those boots are gonna give us 2 more checks.
Checks that won't have the Moon Pearl, but they
Actually,
could still have something of value.
Actually, not just 2 checks. Amarith can also check now Waterfall Cave by using Water Walk.
And Amarith just came up with the Bombos Medallion. That could be required for Mire access. If not, that could be helpful for Cold Stare.
And so, we already know the location of all 3 medallions. We might need a mirror.
We will need a mirror if we need Quake Medallion to get into Mire.
They could check that medallion right now. Like, they could get to the entrance via just Bunny. And they might be able to activate a Super Bunny by doing some funky stuff at the door of the Mario shed.
Yeah, they as Amaranth gets the bad news on Green Pendant. Yeah, I believe I remember seeing Rick do that Super Bunny in Challenge Cup.
Man, those boots are gonna make a huge difference.
Yeah, Amaranth really scored big on the Super Bunny Cave sequence break. And we are AGA confirmed for Moon Pearl. Either on the pyramid itself or the mirrors on the pyramid, and you have to get the shovel off Spectacle Rock. It's one of those two, or actually, no, three if you include having to go to Checkerboard Cave. But either way, it's AGA one time, and Link Force knows it.
I'm confused what Amaru's strategy is right now.
I don't think he checked this particular location. That's all it is. But with boots, it's much faster.
So, does he cut his losses and go for Aga now, or does he actually take a time for the fade?
He may set up the water walk and show us another piece of the puzzle in the waterfall fairy.
Yeah, this can be bad. Like, if he finds a mirror, then he's more off track than before. Choosing to activate the water walk on Manila Bridge. And triple bombs on the lake island. Leslie, wait. Why are you posting in chat?
I'm just curious as to what chat's referencing, because I haven't been able to watch nearly as many tournament races as I would like to.
I mean, we're gonna get a half-hour Dark World access. Possibly way longer on Emery's screen if he finds something here that just puts him off track.
Well, we know where 3 bottles are now.
That's some nice safety.
Okay, chat. How many blue balls are we going to see between 0 to 15? Uh-oh, Amaranth just soft-locked because he bonked. That might send him towards Aga.
Well, he's determined.
He's determined not to surrender, but unfortunately, he's going about it the wrong way. So that first shot's always red. Now's where the 50-50 part comes. And it's blue.
Yeah, with a sword, this Saga fight is a pretty safe fight.
Two.
Like, just give yourself one tile of distance between you and Naga, charge the spin, release as the two orbs he got on his hands merge, and that's it. Free every time, and you also have enough a distance that a blue ball misses. Is that 4 already?
3 is the count that I'm at.
Okay, I missed. I'm not paying attention.
I think it is going to be 3 because we only saw 1 blue ball in that second cycle. Now, here's the thing about having to go through Aghanim in this manner without Moon Pearl. You do not get the health refill after the fight. Okay, what is that bunny sprite? That's actually pretty cute.
Yeah, it's a triple stack.
Wow, it was a hard required Aga 1 all the way, as that's a Moon Pearl.
Yikes.
Version 18 would sometimes, earlier versions would put Moon Pearl there quite a bit. So to see that now is quite the rarity, as Link Force is going directly to Pod. I mean, you've got the stuff to clear it, so why not?
Am I really taking the long route?
Also, this is the longest that we'll hear the bunny jingle outside of Inverted.
Yeah, it's a treat that you get the bunny music for so long. Man, missing a silver lags the game.
Yeah, that's the one downside to having silvers, is that if you miss, you're generating a lot of lag. To start off Palace of Darkness, we find that the dungeon was logically bow-locked, because we need a bow to be able to go to this side, unless you want to do a sequence break.
I'm really questioning Amaryl's arrow usage there. He spent a pot and an arrow on each red guard.
Link Force thought he had the window to hit that jelly. Unfortunately, jelly electrified on the same frame as the sword swing, and as you know, in these older video games, ties tend to not go toward the player. In this case, no, the bow lock mattered not.
Yeah, the first bow was in Uncle, and then the second one was already in Blind's hut. So like, and there was no way you could miss it unless you're doing stupid camp, because the first sword was also in Blind's hut.
I mean, there's also the possibility of forgetting locations, like... I mean, it happens to all of us, really, but that's part of the reason why I got knocked out of Challenge Cup, because I forgot the darn Paradox Cave. But, like I said, could happen to anyone. Meanwhile, Amarith's through their Aghanim fight, about to get the Moon Pearl, and we will see where this goes. Yeah, pod routing can get awkward at times.
And now we're gonna see those boots making a difference.
Big time. And there's the Master Sword in the dark basement. Pod Big Key was also there as Link Force is picking up money.
Yeah, so given the situation, I don't think Amarith is gonna go back into Death Mountain without the mirror. Or without at least an ice rod. Setting up the Death Warp, he forgot to do that on his way in.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you forget that detail, it's a bit of a time loss, and at this point, Link Force is just gonna leg it out.
Having the boots, it's a nice bomb saver. Okay, that Beetle thing just ate almost all of the Samaya shot.
And it ain't the one that mattered the most, the one that's heading down to the switch.
Technolink, sorry to bust your bubble, but Quake has already been located and it's on Floating Island.
And still get a required ice rod on the pad. Or, for a more obscure one, Book could be on pedestal to access Ice Rod or Mirror in Desert, with Ice Rod being behind. Now, take Mirror out of that equation. Because you need Mirror to get into Swamp House, but the point stands, Book could still lead to Ice Rod with Book on pad, which would be a required blind. To any of the tablets, that would be pretty gross. Meanwhile, Link Force starts up the Helmasaur King fight, which is about 17 strikes to the mask with a hammer, no fireballs, so that's good. Then, fortunately for our runners today, it'll just be one silver arrow to the eye gem, and that will do it.
Yeah, so something about Link Force fight. When you have your sword out that way, you actually extend the hitbox of the hand. It's a pretty nice way of making the fight a lot safer.
No doubt. Now, Link Force is leaving the pod area, but in doing so, he is leaving nothing behind, as Amarith found nothing of value on those checks that he did, which Link Force didn't.
Amarith doing a better job of setting up that work.
But with Blue Mail, a single bomb drop will not do it.
That little piece of heart could have been the ultimate troll.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, because, well, you want a troll? How about a fairy that he completely forgot about?
Oh my. Yeah, that's rough. I wonder if Link Force actually remembered he had that and gave up on the thing after failing for a couple minutes.
Yeah, that might have been why he stopped and just kept on going. I mean, the alternative option is to just release the fairy. Meanwhile, we've got an artist formerly known as Hype Cave. Showing why it has that nickname.
We even got angry slashes out of it. That's always a treat.
So Link Force is either heading to check Catfish or heading to Hookshot Across. Yep, this is Catfish.
No better time than now to check it.
Negative pi out of 19. Ouch, that is savage. Whoa, Catfish might have just put a bust into the possible pedestal troll there, as that is the Book of Medora.
Assuming Amarith's gonna check that since he already did. Like he already knows everything that is in the Zora area. And he has the boots.
I see chat calling for a ped check.
If he finds a mirror, yeah. That's a good thing to do.
Unfortunately, Shovel is on Spectacle Rock, on the top of Spectacle Rock. We don't need Mimic Cave, or rather Bumper Cave.
Shovel is mirror locked, so forget about that. It might be needed for Ice Rod, but that's it.
Got ourselves a Misery Mire play here. I mean, you've got all the items needed to clear it, and silvers really make the Vitreous fight a laughing matter, so why not?
Or is Lava and the Beetles just bump into the bumpers and just die? always a treat to see them falling down a pit.
Wow, we've got a mirror sighting in the Meyer shed.
That is big. So we are a nice rod away from go mode.
Yep, once again, this seed has become an ice rod hunt.
Yeah, they don't need flippers just to access Ice Palace.
That was an Ether medallion for getting into Ice Palace, so Ether, the one medallion.
Two items in Meyer, and a metric ton of key. Link Force grabbing that key under the pot, which he didn't need at all.
Hammer tearing right through Meyer 2.
No Link Force, the Fire Rod does not bring items back. I mean, that's a God Meyer.
Can confirm. And this is a Mothula fight.
Blue May Mothla adds a lot of safety. And the moth is down.
Link Force going back in to chuck the other item. Which is a big key.
Game really wants you to do some sightseeing. Is that both items in Meyer?
Not sure, as I was focusing on the Skullwood side to see what that would give.
Okay, I'm just checking the cutscene.
Here's another bomb jump. It's also 2 pixel window. Link Force hits it for the Kana Burna.
That's a nice safety.
Yeah, that's a good safety for, say, blind. I mean, it is a nice blue thing. Speaking of blue things, the flippers in the big key chest of Misery Mire.
Yep, we are a nice rod away from go mode.
On another note, based off of what we have in front of us, that puts Pedestal in for Ice Rod in play. We don't know if that's the case, mind you, but if that's the case, then we got ourselves a good old-fashioned case of oops all dungeons.
Oh well, it's gonna take a while until Link Force actually checks bad.
In answer chat, Link Force doesn't have the mirror, which would have made checking Pedestal very optimal after dealing with Skull Woods. Without that, can't do it.
Oh well, the blue cane is it's a great panic button for when you completely whiff your script and then has to wing.
We'll get more into the blind fight later, as right now Amarith is taking on Vitreous. This is a much tougher fight than it appears to be, but that's because silver arrows make this boss into a joke.
Yeah, there's only a few bosses that can actually survive the arrow.
The pun game by chat is strong today.
Amarith giving us a check on Desert.
It's a great 2-for-1 when you have the mirror, and that is what makes finding the mirror in Mire Shed a very fortuitous find, as now Amarith doesn't need to book off Catfish, can just mirror, and you're already there. Very optimized routing that saves a ton of time.
And Desert is not boots locked.
But boots are gonna help regardless.
Boots always helps.
Chad is correct. That is the final boots locked by logic. Would be the Ganon's Tower big key on the torch.
I mean, you don't have to worry about that, really. Like, I'd really question Link Force's decision if he doesn't check Super Bunny Cave.
Maybe he's waiting until he has the ice rod to head that way, or to 6 crystals. I don't know. But either way, that sequence break really has paid dividends for Amarith. And honestly, if I were to rate it in terms of value sequence breaks in the races that I've called, it is definitely in my top 5. Unfortunately, Amarith's got a bit of a bad break from the way the land molus jumped, so ran out of magic, so switching over to silvers gets it done, but with only 2 arrows to spare.
Yeah, he's being like way too liberal with his
Well,
heroin.
we just hit no mode. The ice rod is in blind cell. We are at no mode within the hour.
I'm assuming Amarith is gonna flute to Kakariko next since he has the mitts.
I'm not
As soon as
sure
it-
what Amarith's doing at present. Oh wait, the big chest. Never mind.
Yeah. It's a little routing thing,
Yeah.
like if the item was
Hey,
on the
blind.
boss.
Hey, blind. You tried to catch fog, but no, you missed.
Okay. Oh dear.
It's a piece of heart off of blind as Link Force is now up to 3 crystals. Amarith up to 4, but we have the knowledge of no mode. So there are a few luxury items that can still be found amongst these checks that we haven't seen. Ideally, another sword would be nice. Half magic would also be good.
And Magic Bat.
Which
The
was
fire
the
shield.
fire shield. That's nice, because fireballs in Ganon's tower are a thing.
A shame, not even the mirror shield's gonna stop the Beamos.
Yeah, good point, because nothing stops Beamos in this game, and it's just one of those things that, especially after playing later games where the mirror shield does stop them, that drives me nuts. But this is going to be good for Link Force, because now, with Tempered Sword, he's got all the offensive muscle he needs to beat the rest of the bosses without too much worry.
Yeah, a shame that's not going to save him. Because Amarith is gonna hit go mode as soon as he starts doing Chief's Town. And then, like, we're gonna see a sub 130.
Can confirm the way Amarith has routed this seed is on sub 90 pace.
Boots were in Super Bunny Cave. Amarith had to do the cave in a sequence break way because they arrived at the mountain with mitts and no moon pearl, and that's where the cave got its name from. It's one of the few places in the game where Super Bunny is free.
Yeah, I'm not sure Link Force has realized that he's technically in what. Well, he is technically in go mode. He just doesn't realize it as of yet.
Yeah, he doesn't need the flippers. He'd realize it if he actually went to the Maya area.
That chat bringing up an excellent point. He hasn't seen. He hasn't not only seen the TR entrance. He hasn't even been on Dark Death Mountain as of yet.
Man, that routing is gonna cost him.
It's unfortunate, but hey, These seeds are very tough to get a read on nowadays. Meanwhile, Hellway is giving Amaranth the business.
That's a true Hellway.
And the Spike Slider denies the pot switch. Meanwhile, we're getting ourselves a look at Hammer Pegs.
Yeah, there isn't anything left that can save Link Force.
And that's just a big 20 for beating down all those pegs. Yep, Pound Pound Town just had 20 rupees to its name today. Super Bunny Cave wasn't just a good play, it was the play that eventually broke this seed wide open for Amaranth.
Yeah, switching out to Amaranth because he's gonna hit his go mode pretty soon. And
Well,
oh dear, fetch quest for fetch quest.
Now this is interesting. I can't say I blame Link Force for turning this in right now, but it's not going to yield him what Amaranth just found, go mode at 103.21, as he has found the Ice Rod. Let's just say it was chilling in prison.
Man. Yeah, this is gonna be... Oh dear, this is gonna be really nice seeing the go mode Ice Pilot.
Basing off Link Force's routing, I would say this is a Spike Cave check. If I were going to route this, I'd be routing it in with Dark Death Mountain. But that's just me personally.
I mean, it's a check you have to save and quit out of anyway.
Yeah, which is why I would have routed it in that manner, but... Anyway, we'll see what this room of pain and torture to Link's feet yields today. Three bombs. I think Amaranth meant to flute to 8 on that one.
Yeah, it's still a bit early to go to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, early input happens to all of us. Now Link Force is heading for the rest of Dark Death Mountain.
That rock strolling him through the mountain. And he got denied the bottom portal. As he remembers, he actually should take the top portal.
Yeah, he's got to open that up to get into Turtle Rock.
Is that the vanilla prize pack for the Pengators?
It might be. However, short of having Tempered Sword, Hookshot is the quickest way to deal with them. Although if you want to clear a whole room of them lickety-split and you don't have Tempered Sword, you can use the Quake Medallion, provided they're not jumping.
Or you can just use Bombos.
Yeah, that's the guarantee, but Bombos is a longer animation, and the enemies have a different death animation. The burning kind. And now Link Force is going to find the news about Super Bunny Cave that we have known for about, I want to say 35, 40 minutes now.
Yeah, and that was an early sequence break. And that was a very fast Ice Palace bomb jump.
Yeah, first try as Link Force gets the boots, and we welcome those of you joining us from Speed Gaming. This is the Link to the Past Randomizer Daily Race, and open 7-7 defeat Ganon Seed.
Yeah, one of our runners is on pace for sub 130. The other runner's a bit lost. Oh hey, Mirror Shield.
Yep, Mirror Shield's gonna, well, it deals with the eye lasers in Turtle Rock, but not the Beamos. Why that is, well, I'll put it this way, sometimes I don't understand Nintendo logic, and this is a classic example of where I don't understand it.
I mean, you have to remember one thing. The Beamon's laser is so powerful it can send you flying across the board.
We know where Quake is. It's on the Hookshot Cave Island. Here's the thing, we don't need it because it's ether for both dungeons. One puff left. Be careful, Amarith.
Well, that was a close call.
That was a bit of a clincher. Yeah, flippers aren't necessarily required here because you can just fake flipper to get into Ice Palace.
Yeah, they're not required the same way the lamp isn't required.
To answer your question in chat, the sprite Link Force is using is Totem Link. That is from Triforce Heroes.
Oh dear, Link Force did a dumb trying to kill the poke.
And this time, Link Force does get taken down by the Chain Chomps. Those things hit super hard. But thankfully still has the fairy, so able to continue.
Man, 1 hour 10 minutes, just Turtle Rock and Ganon's Tower left. And Link Force stream froze. I'm not sure what's going on.
Oh, I know
Amarith
it's on an Amarith side. He got dead rocked.
Yeah, if that happens to you, going through Super Bunny actually becomes a faster route.
As Amarith opens up Turtle Rock, we would like to welcome those of us from Speed Gaming Francaise, as we are playing through the Link to the Past Randomizer Daily Race. Open 7-7 defeat Ganon. We are in go mode as Amarith is currently on pace for a possible sub 90.
Yeah, this set is like pretty much done. You got Blue Mail, 13 Hearts, the Cape. That Ganon is not going to take that much trouble. Oh yeah, there's an interesting glitch that happened when I don't remember whom, but in one player doing the laser, he did a dash with the cape activated, paused, unequipped the cape, and because he was still dashing, he entered an exploration glitch state when he transitioned.
I already heard about exploration glitch after my last Challenge Cup race and what not to do. Well, let's just say I had a close call that turned out to be rather dumb. Still got a good laugh out of it afterwards, though. Only thing Laser Bridge had was half magic, which for Amarith would be very helpful, as if he does not find the one remaining sword that we know of, then he's gonna have to do Silverless strat. Master Sword strats, but thankfully with Silvers. But even so, let's just say Silverless Master Sword is one beast I wouldn't wish on anybody, because that fight is not fun.
I've seen yesterday the Gauntry stream finished first with a 1 hour 30.
Meanwhile, Link Force is the first of our two runners to face Trinex. Not able to stop the ice floor from forming this time. That's a bit unfortunate, but gets the head down anyway. Phase 2 is done. But Link Force still has 3 crystals to get. How did Amarith fall there?
Mistimey. The problem is now he's gonna get whacked by every firebar in the room.
Actually, Spectacle Rock has the shovel, which is needed for burying the seed. Now, Amarith doesn't have to, but it is checking Laser Bridge. That's not gonna work.
Well, he's got the mirror shield, so the bridge is free. Like, it's a last-ditch effort to actually get a sword.
Yeah, which makes sense. The sword he needs, though, all he had to do is 14 digs at the digging game. Link Force sees that he's technically in go mode, but he might want to check Mire Shed, because that mirror will make this so much faster. Just saying. It's easier to call things from here where we're sitting, but for these racers, it's definitely tougher than it looks. And that's not a spoiler, that's a fact.
Oh no, Link Force might never see the mirror. That's gonna hurt.
So the strat Amarith is using for taking on Trinex is a strat you would typically see if a runner had Fighter Sword, or if this was swordless. Freeze one head, then go to town with a hammer.
Well,
Gulp. Amarith just opted
Oh
for the
dear.
alternative use the rod it's weak to strat.
well, there goes the free stream on my side.
It's alright, I've got this. Amarith now entering phase 2. Hammer just
Yeah,
as
I'm
effective as
refreshing.
Tempered Sword. As our spins to the glowing spot. Speaking of, there was another game that indicated glowing spots as a weakness, and that was Star Fox for the SNES. Oh, by the way, chat, what time is it? Yeah, it's time to get your big key guesses in 1 through 22 to see where the big key is today in Gainon's Tower. For me, I'm gonna do this one for Kobe and 8.
Okay, let's go with number 3. That's my guess for the torch.
Make it quick, because we're gonna be at GT very quick. Amarith's not gonna find a sword there.
It's 4 quick checks.
That's very true. So Link Force is on Vitreous. This is going to be a quick fight that, even without Silvers, wouldn't be that bad because of having Cape and Tempered. But Silvers just make it so much easier. It's also worth noting that Master Sword slashes don't damage Lionel. Spins do, but slashes don't.
Yeah, Lionel and Ganon, actual enemies that are immune to the Master Sword. Alright, right side first.
Bingo number 1!
With a key
That is
right next to
literally
it.
a God Hope room.
Well, that's sub 130. And Link Force is doing his go mode of everything. Let's see, he looks on pace to a sub 140.
Now the one question is there a sword in the top of the tower? I wouldn't fault Amarith for checking those 4 chests. And he gets yeeted off the side by a cannonball.
Link Force having a bit of trouble with the eyes. Amarith really wanting that pack of 10 arrows.
I don't think picking that up was possible without using a boomerang, though.
He could get them with the hook shot. Because it's a thing that you don't... Like, there's only one room in the vanilla game where you can sit, and that is the little trap room in Skullwood. But the hookshot passes right through those spikes, and if there's a valid grab surface on the other side, they will pull you through it. It's actually something that is used on some run hacks.
I have not seen too many Link to the Past ROM hacks outside of that one involving Conquer that I'm not even going to get into right now because, yeah, gonna leave it at that right there. Anyone who knows what I'm talking about will know what I'm talking about because I'm leaving it at that. These strats on floor 5 feel so good when you hit them.
I'm waiting for the day when someone just knocks off all the guards while dashing to the bridge.
I think I've done that once. Although it is fun to knock the guards off the bridge, because I think of all the times as a kid where they did that to me. Each time I do that, it's like, payback. Meanwhile, we do have a cold stare fight going on Link Force's side.
Yeah, so he's on red mail. Notice that the link at the top is the red one. I completely missed where he got it, but that's yeah, he's gonna try his best to catch up.
Yeah, that's definitely a red mail, but I also missed it. Three spins and Amarith's done.
That Moldarm cooperated.
The chest didn't, as that's a blue rupee. So for Amarith, unless he feels like going to the digging game, this will be a Master Sword fight of Ganon. I'll admit, these strats aren't fun. Uh-oh. Trouble. As the baby Helmas are just making that room nightmarish. Thankfully, he didn't choose to use a medallion, otherwise Aghanim in this fight would not flinch. Which is, yeah, the funny things that you learn about a 30-plus, almost 30-year-old video game.
Okay, I have to refresh the stream again.
Amarith having some trouble with these patterns, and getting blue balls does not help at all. Does recover for a double though, as Link Force is running through desert quite literally. And Amarith finishes off Aga 2. Since it was a 5-cycle, I feel like that was a zip code somewhere. So
yeah,
for
that's
chat,
possible.
when you use a medallion in the baby Helma room, and don't deal or get dealt any further damage beyond that, Aghanim won't flinch when he takes damage. It is a very strange property that happens, which basically means this is a well-coded video game.
Oh yeah, people love finding those oddities about the game.
Just about at phase 2. Oh wait, that's DC's postal code? Okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, shame that can't be the postal code of either of my residences. One has a 5, the other has an 8.
Uh-oh,
And
Amaranth's gone down to phase 2. That might have also killed the sub 90, but that just goes to show how tough this particular fight is. Now, he's running down to get a fairy to go into it with full health. I don't blame him for this because Ganon is a tough fight. And you'd be surprised at how tough this fight is, especially when you have Master Sword.
I mean, it's only up to phase 2 since it doesn't have to deal with the... Like, since with Silvers, the last part is not much difference than with Temper.
Okay, so here, Ganondorf's gone to one of the corners. You want to see this for phase 2, especially with all the fire bats, because we call them God corners when there's Tempered Sword involved. With Master Sword, I'm not sure. Is it just corner strats or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's corner strat.
Link Force now on their way to GT.
Man, so many bats on screen.
Amarith taking the blue potion to get all the health back. Very good strategy here.
And he's on to phase 3.
This is where you just need one spin.
Yeah, the worst of it is over.
Yeah, for Master Sword Silvers, that's the worst part. The other key part is right here, getting the torch glitch. Now, if this were Silverless Master Sword, that would be vital. But considering we've got Silvers, not nearly as tantamount. And with that, as Link Force is opening up Ganon's tower, Amarith has slain the pig. We got bacon. Get your GGs in chat for Amarith as he has to cross. All that's left is the most dangerous 1x3 in this game. I found out how dangerous it was personally myself. And Amarith has finished with a 1:30.23. That is our 9th place time. Our winning time was Dracaries, who just destroyed this seed with a time of 1:16.30.
And we are joined by Amarith. GG's, man.
GG's, well played on the seed.
You are right there.
Pipe Cave was just a ginormous money grab. That was it. Actually, no, it wasn't even a ginormous money grab because it was less than 300 rupees, so it was a mega disappointment.
Yeah, so Amarith is in the room with... Oh, there you are.
It would help. It would help if I'm using the right push to talk.
Yeah, that happens.
Happens to all of us.
Wait, why isn't it working? Oh, right, I'm on my foot pedal. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I just realized I never made my way to Hype Cave, so, wow.
You didn't miss much.
Yeah, Hypegate this it was a solid 0.
It seems to be a lot of the time lately.
I mean, to us, you god routed this game.
I could have done a little better, but yeah, just nosediving into dungeons, things just sort of like kept going for me, it seemed. Would have been nice to get another sword, but, you know, not too bad.
The only other one we know of on Restream was the Dig game.
But yeah, it was like right around the Misery Mire area after I got flippers, I was just like, okay, well, it's Ice Rod time. How far are we gonna have to go for this? Turns out just Thieves Town, and that wasn't too bad.
Very true, because we've seen it with Siege where they come down to an ice rod hunt. They can honestly be just about anywhere outside of Trinex, so... Yeah, that could have been much worse. I mean, some folks were hoping for Ice Rod to be on pedestal, but not today.
Oh, when aren't they hoping for it to be Ice Rod on pedestal?
That's chat for you.
My sneaking suspicion was that it was going to be another one of those seeds where it's like it's in Hookshot Cave, having Sequence Broken Super Bunny gotten those boots really early.
It's funny you should mention that sequence break, because that sequence break was the difference between you and Link Force on Restream. And it paid off huge, because while Link Force went to Agumon first, with the boots, you caught up to him very quickly and then just overtook him and never looked back.
Oh, Link Force took a fall there.
Those ledges are slippery.
Yeah, we gotta find who's putting soap next to them and get them to knock it off. Also, I have to say, that is like the third seed this week I've gotten Big Key as the first key I've opened. Like, there's some really strange luck going on here with that GT Big Key.
Well, it's randomizer. I've not been one to question randomizer logic, because that'll just drive me insane.
Oh, I don't question it, it's just, what are you trying to tell me?
Well, with the quick big key, it's like, here, go. It's basically all I can think of it's telling us. When you have to wait all the way to Tile Room, it's like the game wanted to just give you one final troll before sending you on your way.
Yeah, I've seen a race where one runner overtook the other by checking Tile Room first. And that runner was withered.
Of
Just
course,
sometimes you get a
it would
feeling,
involve
right?
Willard.
And there we go.
So I'm looking through the results, and we do have a couple race PBs to call out. Ryo7 absolutely crushed their previous PB with a 124.04, almost a half-hour improvement. Wow.
It was very nice.
And speaking of crushing PBs, Orange crushed their race PB by almost 27 and a half minutes. I mean, that's just, wow, that's just insane. Ace Zero
Yeah, these
also
are
got a
almost
race
PBs.
PB, a 59-second one, but hey, if you look at me, if you look at it, a PB is a PB.
I mean, Link Force on pace for the sub 140.
Oh,
no.
I just hate to see that happen. Falling
Well.
to Ganon.
Yeah, that's gonna leave a mark. Man, 128 out of 216. That's like... You almost got less than half of the game there.
I've heard of Super Mario 128, but not Legend of Zelda 128.
Link Force now getting the best setup.
Take some damage to get out of there. Did they have a potion?
If you made it to Waterfall Fairy, you should have a red potion, I think.
I don't know, he never went back there.
That was a very good torch glitch. And he got him this time. Get your GGs in chat for Link Force.
And he missed the sub 140 by a little bit.
Still, that 140.12 is good for almost a 9:15 race PB. And with the comment, didn't realize go mode until 20 minutes after. You know, that happens to all of us. From time to time.
I mean, Link Force only realized his go mode once he went to the Mire area. And we are joined by Link Force. GG, man.
GG.
GG, Link Force.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, you forgot one very important thing.
No, I forgot to check Mire Medallion. PR. And then realizing I didn't need Mirror at all. Just at all.
Well, you weren't that far off from Mirror. It was in Mire's shed.
Oh. Well, that would have helped a lot.
So the big routing difference is Amarith sequence broke the Super Bunny items, and in doing that, checked the Turtle Rock Medallion early. And right after Pod, Amarith went to the Mire area.
Yeah. There's always something in Mire. And I always say when you have access, and I didn't, and I regret it now. I always regret it. Oh. But hey, I thought the bow into escape into glove was amazing. But
Yeah, the start was super stacked.
oh, and then an aga required.
Yeah, it was nice seeing you both like checking everything else, trying to escape that.
I mean, yeah, if you pearl on ledge is the only thing, and it happened.
Of course it was, right?
And oh look, that shovel item that chat wanted to see is actually probably $20. Man, chat were really cooking up some nasty scenarios.
There is one thing on mind. Who had the ferry and then aborted a death warping pod? Because that actually worked out pretty okay, I felt.
That I did that. I remembered I had a ferry. I'm like, nope, don't death warp. Just walk.
Yep, sometimes it does help to save that ferry for later, I'll say that much.
Yeah, I didn't remember the ferry until my Link face planted, so.
Minor details, but still, the start of the seed worked out really well. Early bow, early bombs, with value in Hyrule Castle, front of escape, and back of escape, too. Like, how often do you see seeds loaded like that? I was starting to have flashbacks.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun seed.
Oh, did anyone find flippers?
They were in Meyer, cutscene chest.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I skipped that. I'm just glad.
On the plus side, that means no Swamp Palace.
Yeah, well, no mirror meant no swamp, so.
Yeah, that too. I found Mir going into Meyer, and then I found the flippers. I was like, okay, still looking for Ice Rod. There's like 9 more locations it can be.
Yeah, I remember seeing a banner on the main Discord for Link to the Past Random, where they had a little banner, like almost a flag, written, "Where in the world is the godforsaken Ice Rod?"
Ah, yes, that's a song that Dr. Bob Tastic sang a time ago.
Because it's that one thing that people really don't want to see when Turtle Rock is abandoned.
Yet it always seems to show up when Turtle Rock is abandoned. Maybe that's just the randomizer being the randomizer, making you think it's something when it's not. I don't know.
Well, you guys have anything to add?
No.
Okay then, thanks for the wonderful race.
Yep, GG's, guys. And now look ahead to what's coming up tonight. It's going to be a few hours between then, but speed back up at 8 o'clock tonight with on main, Super Mario World, No Cape No Star World Tournament action. On 2, SMB3 Randomizer Tournament group stages take the stage, And it is yours truly against ProA007. That is going to be fire. As I can tell you right now, ProA has been playing really good, so I really got to set my game up. Also tonight on Speed Gaming 3 at 8:30, Azure Dreams. 9 o'clock is the Final Fantasy 1 Rando Weekly on Speed Gaming 5. And if you want more, a link to the past Rando action, you're in luck, because at 9:20 tonight is a tournament race. I believe somebody in chat said that was Jet versus... someone remind me of who that was. P-Train, thank you. Jet versus P-Train. That's also going to be fire. So there's a lot of hot action coming at you tonight on the Speed Gaming family of networks. So with that being said, any final thoughts on the race in the seed, Hugo?
Yeah, that was a very early stack, and the throw was aggro required. Like, it gives, and then it takes.
That is Randomizer being a comparison to life, in a sense, because life gives and life takes away. So with that being said, I'd say it's time we call it an afternoon. And also, don't forget to follow our... They're the true stars of the show today, Amarith Alterna and Link Force Zero. Because without them, it would just be a couple of guys talking about... Also, feel free to follow the tracker and the comms if you are so inclined. With that, for our tracker, Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna, my co-com Hugo, and everybody behind the scenes of Speed Gaming, I'm Leslie Crow. Have a good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time of day it is for you, wherever you are in the world. Have a good one, and remember, watch out for Lionels.
Alright, see y'all, folk.